Alright guys, today I have for you today a standard OU match with Agentnorm, a pretty good battler that I was playing on my stream. And yeah, without further ado, let us hit the play button. Okay, well, I lead with Gyarados, and he leads with Ferrothorn, which is a pretty good matchup for me. I do have Taunt, so I decided just to go for it right off the bat. Keeps him from going for a Leech Seed, which is always good. So, now I go out into Charizard because I figure, why the heck not? It's not like, and if he stays with the Ferrothorn for some reason, there's nothing he can do to me. So I just Mega Evolve, knowing that after I Mega Evolve, obviously he will not be able to hit me with a super effective Thunderbolt or any other electric move, although he does use the Thunder Wave, which does hurt me, because I'm a Dragon Dancer and I want that speed. So I just go for the Fire Punch, figuring that this Gardevoir could actually come in, and I end up predicting correctly, and it does come in. He was trying to go out into it predicting Dragon Claw, but I do kill him with the Fire Punch, although now he goes into Terrakion and kills me with Stone Edge, even though I'm not X4 weak to it. Obviously, Terrakion, with his ton of attack, still kills me. So I go for a Meteor Mash with my Doombringer, my Metagross, and he's just going on to Ferrothorn. I don't think I even hit, but I don't think it would have done much anyway. So now I just go into Doom Cannon, because I do have the Fire Blast. Looking at his team, I probably should have just went for the Ice Beam, because a few of his Mons are weak to it, and the Fire Blast, or Flamethrower, is pretty obvious. But I do feel good about being able to outspeed a Dragonite, and he's not at 100%, so he wouldn't get his multi-scale. And yeah, I do go for the Ice Beam, I do take it out. I don't think the crit mattered, but you never know, I guess. Anyway, so he goes into Greninja and decides to go for a Hydro Pump, and he misses, which is bad for him. I go for the Thunderbolt, and obviously that's really nice for me. Although now he is going to go into his Terrakion, which I believe is Choice Scarfed, and finishes me off with Earthquake. So I do act on my belief that it's Choice Scarfed, and I go out into Magikarp because obviously I'm immune to Earthquake. So I just go for the Dragon Dance, although he's going to go into Zapdos, which is a good play. I probably should have just seen that coming. Oh well. So I'll go into my own Ferrothorn, and he's just going to go for the Thunderbolt, and obviously that's not bad for me. What is good for me, though, is he's going to Thunder Wave me, which originally I didn't really care about, because I figure, hey, I'm not going to outspeed anything anyway. Of course, I always get the Parahacks, you know, but whatever. He goes for the Thunderbolt, and I'm just going to go set up the Stealth Rocks, although the Zapdos does have Defog, and, yeah, Defog is still kind of new to me. I don't really remember what Pokemon can have it and all that stuff, but, yeah, he does go for the Defog to get rid of my Stealth Rocks, and now I'm just going to switch it up to go for the Leech Seed instead, to force him to switch out, and I do get the Leech Seed up on him, so, obviously he does not have Heat Wave on the Zapdos, so he's going to have to switch out. And he decides to go out into Terrakion, which is, of course, not a very good thing for me, because this thing has Close Combat. And I was hoping he'd overpredict, and he doesn't, and goes for the Close Combat, but Ferrothorn, effing beast, taking that Close Combat from Terrakion, of all things, with 2% health left, and finishing off with a Power Whip. Now, he does go out into Zapdos here, and I was hoping I could leave a Thunderbolt, although he does crit me. I don't actually remember how much the previous Thunderbolts were doing, so I don't know if that mattered. It would be nice to have another Leech Seed on it, but oh well. Now, I go into Scrub Brush, and I do that because I really don't have anything else to take care of this Zapdos on my team. Obviously, Gyarados does not want to switch into this guy, and Metagross does not have a super effective move. I really want to change my Metagross set to something that has Ice Punch and some Kite coverage, because the way it is now, I don't like the moveset on my Metagross. Anyway, I do survive the second Thunderbolt, which is good, because that means I should be able to kill if he decides to stay in. And he doesn't decide to stay, and he decides to switch out into Ferrothorn. I don't think I can live coming back in, because I know that Ferrothorn is probably going to try to set up a entry hazard on me. So I just decided to keep going for Hydro Pump. It's doing like 20-something%, so weakening the Ferrothorn is probably not a bad play. Although he does go for the Leech Seed to finish me off now, and yeah, I guess it's slightly better than just finishing me off with any other move, because he's slower anyway. So I go to Magikarp, and I thought he'd predict my Taunt, and I went for a Dragon Dance, trying to get faster than Zapdos. But that might have cost me the game, because he does go for the Leech Seed. So, even though I shut off the Taunt previously, he decided to... well, obviously, he predicted me going for a Dragon Dance on his Switch. So, that was a really bad play, because the Leech Seed is going to screw me over, and he also has Protect, which I was not expecting, to be honest. And, yeah, he can probably live... even with text to attack, Waterfall is not going to be doing a whole lot of damage resisted on a Ferrothorn, and that misplay was, well, that prediction was huge, because I was thinking about going for Taunt, but I thought he would predict a Taunt, and just attack me. I probably should have played it safe in the end, because I was actually predicting him going out into Zapdos, I probably should have just played it safe in the end, but Zapdos scared me, and I didn't think I would be outspeed. I might not have outsped in my view without the Dragon Dance, so yeah, that sucks. Anyway, so I go on to Doombringer because, yeah, stuff. I just try to weaken it with Earthquake, and then he gets up his left Bleach Sheet on me. And yeah, now I just go into Magikarp, although I do get it Magikarp switched in on a Protect, and I am going to go for a Taunt now. It's a little too late, because obviously his attack, Gyro Ball, is enough to 2-hit KO at this point. I do go for a Dragon Dance, I have no idea why. I have no idea why I go for Dragon Dance, because I should have seen that I wasn't going to survive another one. Might as well try to get some other damage, although, to be honest, an unboosted Waterfall or an unboosted Stone Edge probably would not be helping me too much. Oh well, so now I go out into Doombringer, and I just have to hope that I can finish him off. I go for I think a Earthquake, and he switched out into Zapdos, which is a good play. And the best move I have against the Zapdos is a Meteor Mash, and I just have to hope that I'll hit maybe crit. Although, he does go for the T-Weave again, and he gets the Parahax again! So, that was pretty bad. Now he crits with freaking Thunderbolt. I do get a Meteor Mash, it would have been a 2-hit KO. Although, to be honest, I'm not confident Doombringer could have killed Ferrothorn, but I think it would have been probably closer had he not gotten that crit in Parahax, but in the end, it was a good game. It all came down to that prediction that he got against my Gyarados. But yeah, it was a very nice match. It was a very nice back and forth. He's a good battler, that Agentnorm. I don't know if he has a YouTube, but if he does, and he's watching this video, just comment and I'll put it in the whatever video description. Anyway, today's question of the day is this, and it's a question that I thought of when I was playing my Pokemon Green Nuzlocke. Today's question today is, what did you use your first Master Ball ever on? And I know there's a varying age range of my viewers, and some of you probably remember back in the Red Blue days, and some of you, obviously that wasn't your first Pokemon game. But I didn't really ever like the Pokemon anime, and trust me, this is going somewhere. Well, I did. I watched it when I was a kid, when Pokemon first came out. I watched a little bit of the Pokemon anime, and I liked it. The first season, I think, is all I really got up to. But, anyway, there was this one episode in Season 1 Pokemon anime that I think that, it gave me the impression that Ditto was the super awesomest, best Pokemon ever, because it, can transform into any other Pokemon, and for some reason I guess I thought he could do it at will, but obviously he can't. But, yeah, so I found a wild Ditto in my game, and I'm like, oh my god, must catch, and threw the Master Ball. And that's how I used my first Master Ball. I'm sure a lot of you, well, if you actually kind of knew Pokemon before getting into it, you probably were smart about your Master Ball usage. Although you might have an interesting story to tell as well. I mean, I do know one of my friends who used his first Master Ball on I think it was a Rattata by accident. So that's always funny. But yeah, this should be interesting. Leave a comment about what you used your first ever Master Ball on, if you remember. Rate, comment, subscribe, and see you later, guys.